What's up, guys? I'm BTC. Welcome back to the Agents program, where we review gameplay footage to try to find if players are throwing or cheating. A couple of quick updates. First of all, I've got a new process that I'm going to be using for this, and hopefully it will streamline it. I'm going to be using some timestamps on the different replays, and just hopefully it should just go a lot more smoothly than it has been in the past. Second, I am now going to be, from this point forward, I will now be submitting these replays with the information associated with the player and the timestamps and all that stuff directly to Blizzard. Now, I can't guarantee that they're going to be punishing these players or taking any specific action, but this stuff will be going to Blizzard, and hopefully we'll start getting rid of some of these troublesome players who are cheating, throwing, and ruining the game. Also, I'm going to try to start live streaming a lot more often. I have hundreds of agent review emails, and there's no way that I can get to them all to put them into videos. So I'm hoping by live streaming for a couple hours every so often, we'll be able to catch more of these players. And with that, let's get into it. In this replay, we're going to be looking at the blue team's Mei, named Panda. And this Mei player is going to be griefing and soft throwing. Now, I want you to pay careful attention to the placement of the walls. Now, putting it in the wrong spot once is an accident. Twice, coincidence. 3 times is on purpose. And what we see right here at the very beginning is the fact that the Mei player is putting the ice wall behind her team, meaning that her team cannot escape. This is something incredibly bad. You don't want to do this. What you want to do with the ice wall is try to put it behind the enemy Reinhardt, so that way it blocks off his healing and prevents him from escaping. You don't ever want to block off your own team. But as you can see, keeps the wall up and never tries to break it, allows it to stay up for the full duration. And we're going to see that it happens again here. Again, trying to put the wall behind the Reinhardt. And once more, trapping both the Reinhardt and the Zarya on her own team. Then the Reinhardt ends up getting taken out. The Zarya manages to escape. Now, for the most part, you're going to see this Mei trying to avoid combat, not participating, although she will attack every now and again. And here comes the third occurrence of this. You're going to see the ice wall is placed on the staircase. This is to prevent the Lucio and the Zarya from escaping. So they were taking damage. This was to make sure that they weren't able to get out, but they didn't need it because Junkrat came in with the tire. So that's 3 times used the ice wall to try to prevent the escape of her own team. Here's another really good example. Even if you were willing to give the benefit of the doubt in the previous examples, you can see here the Ana is trying to leave spawn and the Mei is just going to simply block it so that her teammate can't escape and is unable to heal the team. Also, you'll notice that when the Mei is attacking, she isn't aiming at the enemy. Instead, she's aiming at the wall or the ground. This is what soft throwing looks like. There's another really good example I'm going to show you in a second. And now we're going to see some really great examples of what soft throwing is. And if you're unfamiliar, soft throwing is when a player is giving the appearance that they're trying to win, but in truth, they're actually trying to lose. So you'll notice that this Mei is not attacking the enemy. Instead, she is deliberately attacking the wall, not even looking at the enemy. She's kind of looking in the general direction, and there you have, that's another example where she blocked off her own Zarya, so the Zarya can't escape. And then, again, just repeatedly attacking into the wall, into the ground. You can see the Junkrat is going after the Ana, but instead of trying to hit the Junkrat, is just trying to hit the ground. Like, look at, deliberately aiming at the ground as to not hit the Junkrat. We're going to see another great example with this Reinhardt right here. I'm actually going to slow this down a little bit and watch what this Mei is doing. So, yes, the barrier is up, but this Mei is deliberately aiming at the ground. So you can see, aiming deliberately low, had a perfect chance to hit the Reinhardt right there, just decided not to. Aiming at the ground this entire time, not attacking any of the team. And then right there, you have another example of using the wall in order to trap the teammates so that they can't get healed, so that they can't escape. This player is 100% griefing her own team and also soft throwing. This one's going to be pretty easy. We've got a Lucio on the blue team named One Tap Ability who is very blatantly throwing. Let's take a look. What this player is going to do is just kind of keep repeatedly running into the enemy team, not attacking, and using emotes. So there's the first one. And then another one is at the 3-minute mark, roughly. Let's take a look over here. And once again, just gonna kind of run directly into the team, not attack, not try to do anything, and just emote. And then feed. Another one is at 350. Which is right about here. We're going to see pretty much the same thing, just kind of sitting there, not doing anything. Now, this is definitely not lag, because the person is repeatedly emoting, so we know that they're doing it on purpose. And decides to just stand here, not help the team, just hit the emote button a couple of times, and feed. And then one other example I'll give you is at about the 422 mark, roughly. Gonna go right in front of this McCree, not attack, just sit there and let him take him out. So this Lucio, very obviously, blatantly throwing. This is different from the May example. This person is not trying to hide the fact that they're throwing and deranking the account. In this match, we're going to be looking at the blue team's McCree named One Tap, similar name to the last one. And this player is very obviously cheating, making no attempt to hide it whatsoever. You can see how ridiculously fast the snapping movements are. And multiple criticals on the Widow that he could barely even see. Quick snap to the Winston right there. More quick snaps. Perfect aim on the Doomfist. Completely locked on, snapping onto that Winston right there. There's just absolutely no attempt to hide this whatsoever. Very, very blatant cheating. Let's skip forward a little bit here. Perfect snaps right to that soldier. So let's go back just a little bit. We're gonna slow this down. You can see just how ridiculous this is. Perfect snap. Perfect tracking. And then boop, right there. Perfect snap. Very, very blatantly cheating. And the rest of the match has tons more just like all this. You might be wondering, how does Sombra move so fast when she's invisible? The answer is training. We're going to be following the Sombra player on the red team named Incomple, or something like that. And I'm going to put this at 2x speed because I don't want to watch this in normal speed. Ready? Here we go. All right, so first thing, we're going to run over to the health pack. We're going to make sure it's hacked. A little bit of attacking, but then we gotta work on that cardio. Work on that cardio. Start running around. Get that other health pack. Ignore the enemy team. Get that health pack. Come on, keep running. Keep that heart rate up. Gotta keep going. Push yourself. Push yourself. Another health pack. Keep going. Keep going. Another health pack. Oh, I had to teleport out there. That's a little bit of cheating, but, you know, since it was going backwards, maybe it's not cheating. Maybe it's actually beneficial because what you're doing is you're making yourself run further. It's like adding an extra lap. So we're gonna get this next health pack. I wish I could play some music in the background, like maybe some Eye of the Tiger. And I think you guys get the idea. Very blatantly throwing for this Sombra player who decided to just run in circles for the entire match. Cheating in competitive is a pretty scummy thing to do, but at least I can kind of understand the motivations behind it. Cheating in quick play is just weird. I don't get it. So we're going to be taking a look at the blue team's soldier player. This is Crazy Mage. As you can see, this person is using a brand new account, only level 3, and it's pretty obvious right out of the gate. Let me speed this up a bit. And you're going to see perfect lock on and tracking. And now he's going to be locking onto the player behind the truck, but obviously couldn't hit him. And perfect tracking onto that Roadhog, again trying to hit behind the wall. Still perfect tracking. And then the Ana. Following that halt perfectly. So let me show you that in real time. That's how ridiculous it looks. Yeah, that's pretty blatantly obviously cheating. Here's another quick example where you can see the obvious tracking of the aimbot, but I want to point out something because it shows that this player is not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed. So you can see very obvious tracking from the aimbot, and then he activates his ultimate. Now, his aimbot cheat program allows him to land criticals almost constantly, and it has pretty much perfect aim. Now, the ultimate also has perfect aim, but it can't land criticals. So by activating the ultimate, he's actually lowering his damage potential. Super smart, guys. Super, super smart. Obviously cheating. And that's all of them for this video. If you've got a replay code you want to have checked out, send it over. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to see more, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell to get notified. You can get some cool gear, join my Discord server, or follow me on social media with the links down in the description below. Special thanks to my Patreon supporters, and remember, always blame the controller because it's never your fault.